Hi, I'm Jeanne Fiorini. Thanks for joining the TarotWorks Tarot Tip Series. The topic of this installment is a method, a technique that we can use when we get stuck with our interpretation. It happens to everybody every once in a while. Or if you're in the mood for kind of breaking out of your normal way or your established way of thinking about particular cards. I like to call it the Socratic method of reading tarot because it's not about interpretation of the cards per se. It's more about asking relevant questions that are going to open up our mind to new ways of interpreting the cards. So this is a useful method for people either who are very well established with the tarot, because you can take what you know about the cards and expand on that. Or if you're new to the tarot, it's a very useful technique because it's based on the image on the card and then the relevant questions that might come up around that. So let's take a look at a few examples to illustrate the Socratic method of reading the tarot. Now the first card that we can look at to describe or illustrate this technique would be the Six of Pentacles. The first step in the technique, or in the Socratic method, is to take a very short snapshot in your mind of what the card means. This is a card, the Six of Pentacles is a card of give and take. So rather than building an interpretation from that idea, we're going to ask questions that have to do with that idea of give and take and with the images that we see on the cards. And this will help open up our mind to new ways of thinking about what might be going on for us personally in terms of why this card might have come up on the tarot table. So some general questions around this card would be thoughts such as, do I see myself as the person giving or the people who are receiving? Am I in a position of abundance or am I in a position of need? Are there places in my life where I need to ask for help? Who might be helping me at the present time? Who is very dependable and reliable when it comes to helping me out? Do I feel connected to the world? If we want to go a little bit deeper with our questioning here, we could go into things like, do I believe that I have something of value to give to the world or to give to other people? Do I feel like I'm worthy of receiving abundance, assistance, generosity from other people? If we pay attention to the image of the balancing scale here, we might ask the question, do I feel like the world is fair? Do I feel like I'm being treated fairly? Do I treat people fairly? So all these kinds of questions help us kind of break maybe our traditional patterns of how we had looked at or interpreted cards in the past. There isn't a right or a wrong answer with the Socratic method. Let's take another example and look at the Queen of Swords. Now the first step, like I said, of the method is to take the shortest little thought in your mind about what the card's about. The Queen of Swords is about somebody who speaks their mind. So some relevant and instigative questions might be, who around me is speaking their mind? Am I speaking my mind truthfully? Am I being articulate about my thoughts? Am I being harsh? Is someone around me holding the bar very high? What principles do I feel right now might be being upheld? What principles might I be upholding? Am I being self-assertive? Is someone being critical? Am I being critical? Do I feel like I'm being treated without compassion. The Queen of Swords is not famous for caring how people feel. All she really cares about is the principle of the thing. So, am I being harsh or dispassionate? What thoughts and ideas and ideals are not negotiable? What do I feel very strongly about? What for me is a no-brainer? Are people around me being critical? Do I feel criticized? Do I feel like things are too harsh, or am I being too harsh? Okay, so the idea here is not to interpret the card, but to look at what's happening in the card and allow yourself to come up with questions that might open relevant paths of inquiry for you or for your client. Okay, the important thing about this technique is to remember that we are not providing answers. We are asking questions. With the Socratic method, with the Socratic technique, there isn't a right or wrong interpretation because we're not providing an interpretation. We're opening the door for new ways of thinking of the symbols, the images, and what the card might be trying to convey. And this is something that whether you're an experienced reader or somebody new to the tarot game, it's a very useful practice to engage in every once in a while, changing our mind about how we think of the cards. So give it a try, and thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.